Well, what up? What up? It's your boy Hungar. It is Thursday afternoon. Doing a stream today because, well, I haven't been streaming a lot because I've been in the hospital.
Yeah,
So
we are also having one of those fuck it, do it live situations over here.
we're good. Fuck it. We're doing it live.
Yeah.
So before I went live, I was talking about some news I got. I'm getting a puppy. My woman is picking it up in Florida and bringing it up to me.
Yeah.
My I got my kids, a Belgian Malinois, which is a great dog. And it had puppies with a mutt. So I'm going to have a Belgian Malinois.
Okay. So
And
she's not taking it to somebody's backyard.
no, named Baxter.
Uh, I don't know how I feel about this. I think not stealing someone's dog out of their backyard is unethical.
I think stealing somebody's dog out of their backyard is unethical. If I caught somebody trying to steal my dog or hurt my dog, I would shoot them.
Yeah.
I
But
would.
I just don't think you're down with modern youth culture.
Female custodies, pass.
Yeah. If you don't like it, just don't talk about it. Don't buy their products anymore.
Yeah.
Just
Female
walk
custodies.
away.
I can
Quietly walk away, man.
I can
Because
see
when
a
you talk
female
about it,
custodies getting stuck in something and yelling out, "Help me, step bros!"
yeah, because the more you talk about it, all you're doing is advertising, fuel for the fire, and you're what you call it, giving them free rent space in your head and all that.
I,
And then you're gonna talk about it so much you're gonna end up buying their products again like a fucking simp.
the only thing in my head is Rome.
Bro.
Rome. I think about the Roman Empire a lot.
I think about tacos more.
I do think about tacos a lot too. Today I
Yeah,
was thinking about sirloin steak and eggs, so I had sirloin steak and eggs.
yeah. Honestly, the thing I think about the most is boobs.
Decado, how you doing, brother? Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
So I sent out some invites to my brother and a bear. I even sent an invite out to Mages and Musings.
Mm, that
Well,
guy.
if I get Bear and Mages and Justin in here, I will be outnumbered by Canadians.
Yeah.
I'm always outnumbered by Canadians. I guess I have a lot of subscribers in Canada.
Nah. You got a lot of co-hosts in Canada.
That's true. I got a lot of friends in Canada, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't be triggered, Doodle Squatch. That's coffee for the win.
Yeah. Like Hungar said, don't be triggered because they want you triggered. That way you eventually give them money.
Bear's the one who messaged me and asked me if I was streaming tonight.
Yeah. That guy's some kind of troll or something.
I was laying down. And Bear's like, "Hey, you streaming tonight?" I was like, "Yeah, are you down?" And he never answered me. So,
oh, classic Bear.
classic Bear.
Yeah. Are you calling Shadwell?
I'm calling my brother.
Okay. If he starts going on mildly fat redheads again, I'm out of here.
Hello?
I'm streaming.
Oh, okay.
I sent you a link if you want to join.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
He sounded like he was sleeping.
Yeah. He's been doing a lot of like 5 a.m. streams or whatever.
That's insanity.
Are you calling Shadwell now?
Yeah.
He's probably eating dinner.
At 2:00 in the afternoon?
Yeah, it is Shadwell.
Hey, what's up?
What are you doing?
Just kicking back, listening to YouTube. Why, what's up?
I'm streaming.
Oh, okay, I'll be there in a minute.
All right, bye.
Yeah. I'm mildly disappointed he wasn't eating dinner.
Well, he is old, but he ain't that old, I don't think.
Oh, he's that old.
I'm glad you're
He's
doing good,
so
Mikado.
he's so old. Dinner time is 11 a.m.
He is old.
Yeah.
I mean, like real old.
Yeah.
But yeah, I ain't got a lot going on. I'm happy to be out of the hospital. Got me some doctor's appointments coming up.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long of a stay this time, which is good. It was only a little over a week.
That's pretty long.
Not for me, bro. Not for me. I need to get, well, I got that palliative care, which is a nurse practitioner. She's going to be coming over and helping me with my meds and hopefully getting me off of some of them because I take too many.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I'm going to do this. Watch this. People are going to be like, holy shit, Hungar. I'm going to be like, yeah.
1 second. Where are you, weirdo? I need your help. Okay. And we control that. And we copy this link, post, and we send that.
And there's games. Woot woot.
The thing I just said, I sent to Bear with the link to the stream.
Nice.
Yeah. Hello,
Ariel's
James.
debunking ghost videos.
Yeah. The other day, you guys were all on a panel together, and he sent me a link with like just the word "help" all in bold. But I was busy doing other stuff, so I didn't get it for like 4 hours after the stream was over.
What were we talking about, I wonder?
I don't know.
Well, he has said that I do have a bad habit of cracking on Canada a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, maybe I should try to learn to be nicer to you guys.
Yeah.
So this is what I take daily.
Yeah. You
No
should.
one cares. I don't feel sorry for you.
You know
Yeah.
what? If you're going to be a jerk, I'm going to kick you off my stream.
You could do that.
This is my stream. I call mom and tell her that you've been mean to me.
If you kick me off, I'll call mom and tell her.
So they're trying to get me on less medication, which is good.
Well, you know what? If he kicks you off, I'll call your mom and tell her she's been mean to both of you.
But yeah, what are we going to talk about today, guys?
I was gonna try and get a nap.
You can take a nap, Justin.
Nah, I gotta get up.
Get up, stand up.
I don't know, man. Ever
Stand
since
up,
I've
roll
been
your
on
eyes.
ever since I've been on these damn fucking antibiotics, I've been sleeping like no tomorrow.
It's either you can't sleep or all you do is sleep.
Oh God, man, I've been doing nothing but sleep in the last 2 weeks. I've got more sleep in the last 2 weeks than I have in my entire life.
That's pretty good.
And I mean that like combined.
Yeah.
Oh,
What are you drinking? Kefir? Coffee?
Red Zinger tea.
I'm
I
drinking.
just finished some miso soup and some sushi.
Hungar bucks.
Hungar bucks. So what's that red zinger taste like?
Citrusy.
I always get the tangerine citrus tea because it tastes good.
I'm more of like an Earl Grey kind of guy.
I love Earl Grey.
No, Earl Grey's a good breakfast tea.
I like it all day long.
Best served hot.
Yeah. I usually drink a pot of it every now and then. I like it mixed with vanilla leaf. Yeah. Really makes it strong. They call it Monk's Blend. Monk's Blend. Yeah.
What you been working on, Chip? James?
Yeah.
You can call me Chip.
Yeah.
What you been working on, brother? Brother.
Geez. Hey, there's Ducato. Hello, Ducato. How you
Yeah,
doing?
Ricardo's been here.
Yeah. Now,
Um,
now Chip is not his name. It's the title he got when he worked at Chippendales. Not as a dancer, as a waiter.
Silly bastard.
Oh.
Justin, make me be mean to you.
Man,
You don't know how to be mean. You just know how to
being
be
mean to
annoying.
Justin is like winning first place at the Special Olympics. It's easy, but you're still beating up retards.
Fuck you.
Well, right now I'm putting yellow paint on a grasshopper battle mech.
Nice. You love a
What's
grasshopper.
up, guys?
I do
Yeah,
love a
whoa.
grasshopper. It's
I could
probably
go for
my
a grasshopper.
favorite heavy mech from the good version of the game.
I like grasshoppers too.
No, I have to admit to being a huge fan of the Thunderbolt too.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why does Shadow have a period before his name?
Oh,
Because he's on a spirit.
Mobius, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah. I'm thinking our good buddy Lava Lord is having fun on our behalf.
Nice.
He might be coming up with new tactics. Oh, he fixed it.
Yeah, my Discord was acting up. On my,
Discord. It's got
on
nothing-
my laptop, it didn't want to work, and so I tried something else, and it worked.
you whipped its ass and now it works.
Now, you work for me, punk.
So how's it going, everybody?
I want to sleep, but nobody
I'm doing
will.
good.
I was right there, Justin. I was laid down. I just finished reading. Like, I'm gonna catch a couple of winks. Freaking phone rings. It's this guy.
I was in bed, laying down, almost asleep, and Bear messages me on Discord. He's like, "Hey, you streaming tonight?" I was like, "Yeah, if you're down." So I got up, put a shirt on, started to stream, messaged Bear the link, and he's nowhere to be found.
I was
He
I
did-
was I was getting ready to message you, Shadow, that I won't be at your show later until 8:00 because that's when my alarm's set for my meds, and I was going to sleep until then. And then as I was opening Discord up, this fucker starts a live stream. I was like, I better check to see what's going on there.
Messing with everybody's schedule. Holy shit! It is Brian. Damn,
Brian?
what's up? We're WW2. I ain't seen you in forever and a day.
Yeah,
He was on my show last week, I think.
I don't watch your shit.
yeah.
I know.
Nah, dude. I actually said hi in the chat. He said hi back. But I mean, I've not seen him on my show, and he used to be on my show all the time.
Well,
Yeah.
he's out doing Uber Eats. He's
Yeah.
out getting Taco Bell and not bringing me any because he's mean.
They just shut down all the Taco Bells in one of the cities out here because too much freaking crime.
Dude,
Yeah.
In-N-Out has only ever shut down one location
And
in
it
the
was,
history of In-N-Out, and it was in Oakland.
yep, the same place. I watched that Benny Johnson video earlier
Yeah.
too.
They went there, and while they were filming how there was so much crime there, somebody threw a brick into their window and stole their
Yeah, they
shit.
got robbed while
Yeah.
doing a video on crime in California.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Sucks out here, except where I live. And as soon as I say that, I'll get robbed when I go out this weekend.
Yep.
Serves me
Or
right,
then
right?
Don't say it.
Well, you know what our good buddy Carl says. You got to get ripped for when you get stabbed with a knife.
Carl.
Yeah, Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh, yeah. Carl's awesome.
Yeah.
My
His
dog
best-
is the dog's about to get beat.
His best line is literally that. You got to get ripped for when you get stabbed with a knife.
I work from the home.
Yeah.
Carl's cool. I like his car.
This is a Thunderbird.
When he had one.
Well, they always destroy it every episode.
Yeah.
I'm more of a master shake dude myself, though.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
James is more like a Frylock.
You know why I don't worry about crime?
Because you packed.
No, he's ripped. He's ripped.
Because he's packing.
Nah.
Because I got 16 right here, 15 in the mag, and one in the pipe, just like Flint, Michigan. I got
Yep.
lead in the pipe.
Hey,
Somebody
we got
might
the
pick it
exact
up on
same.
me.
Hey, James, we got the exact same piece.
Yeah, but when you get stabbed with a knife, it ain't gonna help you.
Oh, if they pull a knife out, I'm going to put 15 rounds in them. And
16
Nah.
rounds because I got
how
15
terrified
mag.
I was about it.
Nah.
No, I'm going to just go bat shit because I got this. And then when I unlip that one mag, I got another mag with 15 in it.
Dude, you
Yeah.
already know. Look,
Well,
look,
I'm sorry to tell you, but it's not gonna do anything when you get stabbed with a knife.
look. I got nothing but mags all over the place. I got
How many
so many
mags you
mags in
carry?
this thing. I could literally be involved in an actual long-term firefight.
Yeah, but what good's
I
it
think
gonna
I'm
do
caring
you?
about
What good is any of that gonna do you when you get
60
stabbed with a
rounds.
knife, though?
Justin.
Yeah, same
we keep
here.
hearing you talking about knives. We're ignoring you because it's stupid.
Bringing a knife to a gunfight.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
If
If
somebody
I mean,
pulls
don't get
a
me
if
wrong,
knife-
you
I
are
carry a
close
knife.
enough, if you're close enough, I'd rather have the knife than the gun.
yeah.
Well,
No,
How
I've
close
got,
do
the,
you
I've
think-
got the knife too.
Well, you
I
see,
mean, how
now you
close
got the
do you
knife.
think you're going to get that I'm not going to be able to push
Yeah,
you back
but
and put a bunch of 9mm rounds.
The thing is, you
That's
gotta
not a
know
knife.
that I'm coming
This
at
is
you
a
with
knife.
a knife. Yeah, I used to have a longer one, but I broke the handle.
Unless
You've
you
seen my
sneak up
Arkansas
on me and
toothpick.
stab me in the back, in which case, you better
Yeah.
run.
Hey,
You better
Justin,
run
for the
because
record, are
you
you guys
gotta
allowed to
turn
carry a
around.
knife?
Yes.
Yeah, I
I'm
always
going to
carry a
get me
knife.
a cane sword.
So those
Ooh.
are
Did you hear
not.
about that little old lady that killed that dude with cane
Depends on
sword?
where you are.
That's awesome.
It's usually considered a concealed.
I mean, are
weapon.
you even allowed to have
Yeah.
sharp objects up there?
Yes.
Who, me?
No,
You're
I know
not.
you are. You're in Tennessee.
You're not.
I am.
I'm allowed to have everything.
I highly doubt you're even allowed to have air, bro.
Air?
Yeah. I
See,
doubt all the
Justin,
freedoms you claim you have. I question everything you say.
He's just being freaking contrary.
That's
Well-
not even like it's not even comedic. It's just like migraine inducing.
Well, you know how it feels.
It's like
Where do you even get a projectile blade, Brian? I haven't seen one of those in.
The Russians make a really good one.
yeah, they issue them to their Spetsnaz forces.
Yeah. It's got
I mean,
a little CO2 cartridge in the handle. You push
Really,
the thing,
because
comes out.
for the money those things cost to make, guns are about the same freaking price.
Yeah, but it's not as cool.
Well,
I
This
guess
is cool
it's
right
a
here.
prize weapon or something.
That's cool right there.
Yeah.
Texas man forges wife's signature and divorces her without her knowledge. That is freaking awesome. It was like, Florida man,
upside down.
I see I've got a new student.
You're such a jerk.
That is awesome. That is the best.
Yeah,
That
my
is
brother
so-
bought me this one and the full sized one.
Come here.
I carry them everywhere,
Come here.
just in case. It's a family tradition of ours to stab people with this particular brand of knife.
If I could, I just
Normally,
carry
normally the black handle one, but I got this one, the yellow
James.
handle.
Yeah, you had to be special.
You ever
Oh,
seen
look
one
at
of
this guy.
Holy shit! You been to Gamma World or something?
This guy really wants to go to prison. If you hit somebody with that thing, there's no.
There's no. I did it in
Your
self-defense.
head's
I just grabbed the first thing that was at hand. Yeah, a saw blade and a baseball bat.
Yeah.
And then you riveted them
It does say
together.
Saw 3 on it.
Or I can just go medieval.
Right. Again, that'll get you put in prison for life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Well,
You
not
wanna
if they're
see-
inside my house.
Look, defending
Well-
your life is pointless if the rest of your life sucks.
What are you
Right?
talking? It wouldn't suck.
I guess if you got a lot of contacts in prison, it could be,
Shadwell would be running prisons.
Cristal, my moto.
Yeah. He would just need to
Some
slip in a
biatches.
GoPro. He
Why
just needs
not?
to slip in one GoPro and he'll turn the whole place into a production center.
But the whole point of self-defense is so that you can go back to
wondering
living
when
your
Sanders would say something
wonderful
like
life.
Yeah, if I had to
I'm
use my
interrupted.
firearm in a defensive situation, I would unload the magazine.
Yeah, you always empty the magazine.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
See,
because if
they-
you empty the magazine, it looks like you're afraid.
You just say I was scared for
Well,
my
not
life.
now. You can never use that defense now, bro.
Sure, it could. They could
No.
put this online, and I can say, "Yeah, I was afraid."
I was afraid. I've
Yeah,
said it before that I would be so afraid I'd empty the magazine, and I was that afraid.
Except for now, they're going to take the lawyers will find this video clip
They
and
will.
put it before the jury, and you will not be able to use that defense.
And
There-
That's
there-
how
Hungar
that
will
works.
Hungar will
There's
just
not
delete
a
this
jury
video.
on the planet that would convict me.
well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Justin.
What
you're
would be the
forgetting,
point?
though. You're forgetting where I live.
It's not any different than where you live, bro.
Hungar,
Yes, it
remember,
is.
You keep saying
No,
that.
it
but it
actually
isn't.
is. We have
James
the
lives in
castle
Florida.
and your ground.
Yeah.
All of that shit.
So
In Florida, there's a chicken
Doesn't
in every
matter.
pot and a cap in every ass. That's
You do
the
not
Florida's
have
motto.
to actually be in fear of your life to shoot somebody in the state of Florida.
You don't even have to be in fear of your life. If you see somebody getting jumped by people, you're
If
allowed
you
to
see
shoot
another
them.
Yeah,
person getting
but
jumped, you're allowed to
you
step
should
in.
actually look up how that is a really good thing on paper. You should see how it actually plays out in courts.
Plays
though.
out.
We've
pretty
seen
good.
it play out in courts. We've seen it play out in courts 1,000 times in Florida.
It
It
plays
happens
out
all the
pretty
time
damn
in
good.
Florida. I'm from Florida, lived in Florida pretty much
Yeah.
my whole life.
Hungar actually is a Florida man.
James has been in Florida pretty much his whole life, and we've seen
Yeah.
situations where we know people who've actually shot people on the street.
Well, the one time it was Marcus and it was a knife.
It was enough. He stabbed a dude
I
37
told
times.
you, you bring a knife.
The
He
guy
didn't have
stabbed
a
him.
gun. He
The guy
was
stabbed
on-
him in the arm with a screwdriver. So our buddy pulled out a knife and stabbed the dude 37 times. Went home and called the cops on that guy.
Yep.
And that guy got arrested. He had to go to the hospital first because he was stabbed 30 something times.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
He was stabbed a lot of times.
I mean, we know the laws in Florida. If I was over at James's house and we're hanging out in the front yard, and some guy comes up and starts shit, I'm allowed to pull my piece at my brother's house and shoot the dude because I'm allowed to protect myself or other people anywhere that I am legally allowed to be at in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
I've learned all of this stuff when I took.
I mean, not to be passionate, you have to be patient, Hungar. I mean,
Yeah,
some
I
people
took
live in
courses
places
that-
where they can't even conceive of
Yeah.
these things.
I
Fuck off, man.
I took courses about firearm safety and stuff, and I had to take a lot of courses to get my concealed carry permit in Florida. That
Yeah.
was taught by police officers.
Yeah.
Pretty much almost every firearm I own, I bought from a
Same here,
cop.
Squirrel. Same here. And struck by lightning.
You know, I've bought pretty much everything I own from a cop. But I mean, that makes sense because I know them all.
But we're not getting a two-way debate because I'm going to win.
Well, I mean, you can only win in America because Canada doesn't have God-given rights.
Oh fuck. I'm gone. I'm leaving.
All of their rights are given to them by Ontario.
Justin bounced.
Yeah, that's number 2 for me.
You know, I got an ingrown toenail too. Doodle squatch.
That is the second time I've made Justin quit a stream out of anger. And I don't even say anything mean. I just point out that he lives in a country where they don't actually have rights. And the same is true for Australia, Britain, basically all the Commonwealth nations, except for this one, don't have rights. They don't have freedom of speech. They don't have Second Amendment, Third Amendment, Fourth Amendment. None of it. None of it. They have none of it.
I think it might be safer to say they don't have God-given rights.
They don't have any rights. A right that can be taken away from you by the government is not a right.
Yeah.
It's a privilege that a government decided to give you. But see, here in the good old US of A, the best nation on the planet, we have God-given rights that cannot be taken from us.
And it's funny about that
Unless you live
because
in Hawaii.
in Illinois, you actually have to have a permit to own a firearm.
Yeah, but I thought somebody was taking them to court over that.
And Illinois has the strictest gun control in the U.S., but Chicago is called Chirac because there's so many shootings.
Because I do remember a while back, a dude took New York to court over their gun laws, and the Supreme Court ruled in his favor that, you know, the way New York was issuing concealed carry permits was completely illegal.
No, I mean, you have to own a permit. You have to have a permit to even own a gun. You can't carry it. You just have to have a permit to own it in Illinois.
Right. Whereas, like down here, you don't need a permit at all.
In Tennessee, you don't even need a concealed carry permit to get your gun that same day.
Yep.
You walk into a gun store, you buy the gun, you buy a pistol, you walk out with it.
Yep.
In Florida, you have to have a concealed carry permit to get your gun, or they hold it for 3 days.
Yeah, which is weird because everyone in Florida, unless you're a felon, is allowed to carry concealed.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, that's a weird law.
Tennessee, they're like, hey, we got a vending machine over there with Glocks in it.
Yeah, see, the problem is, like, this is something I just learned today watching a short. Like in Australia, you do not have the right to defend yourself. So you can get a gun license in Australia, but the reason you want a gun license, you cannot put down for self-defense because that is not considered under Australian law to be a justifiable reason to own a gun. So it's like, okay, so what is a justifiable reason? To shoot at emus? I mean, right? To keep kangaroos from strangling my dog to death? I mean, what are we talking about here? I mean, if not self-defense, why would you ever want a gun? Hunting, I guess, right?
Well, I mean, if you've seen the videos, everything there is trying to kill you. You know, the critters.
I'm not going to do any hunting with my 9mm.
Yeah. But you get the point I'm making, though. Like,
oh yeah.
The Second Amendment was specifically written so that people could defend themselves.
Well, yeah.
So, for a country to be like, self-defense is not a reason for you to own a firearm, it seems so counterintuitive to like an American.
Australia is just weird.
Yeah, in Australia, the place where they were like throwing people into camps during the COVID pandemic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was pretty terrifying.
Yeah, they were literally throwing people into camps, arresting people. I mean, you want to talk about country where you literally, and what's funny is they look at us like we're, you know, backwards, and meanwhile their government can come to their house and just throw them in a camp. Because
I saw a video of a woman in Australia get tackled by like 2 or 3 big burly fuckers because she was not wearing a mask. To the ground.
Not wearing a mask. Yeah, a lot of felons are not violent, and if you're a non-violent felon, you can actually do paperwork to try and get your 2A rights back. It's just like if you're like a really crazy dude that's been Baker acted a lot, you can lose your 2A rights. But if you willingly go to therapy for an issue job related, then you don't. You know what I mean? It's a matter of whether they think you're a danger to yourself or others, really. And if they don't think you're, a threat to anybody, then it's like, meh, you know.
They busted the guys involved in Canada's largest goat heist. The perps are already out on bail 24 hours later.
Well, that sounds like New York, man, where
Yeah.
5 illegals can beat a cop half to death and then be out with no bail. I mean,
we got to keep talking about
this territorial, but
spreading
you
it
know
out
it's
there,
happening
folks.
on purpose, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a planned thing. This is
Yeah.
not accidental.
There's enough illegal aliens that come through the border in the last year. They number more than the population of 3 states.
17 states.
So,
For
damn.
being a felon, yes. Or for being a crazy danger to people around you, yes. They can do that. Yes. That's something that was agreed upon, though.
I didn't agree with it.
Well, I mean, if you don't agree with it, then you get your firearm like some other way and you don't tell people you got it and you keep your mouth shut and listen to the silence. But yeah, the government does constantly try to push the limits, and Americans, because of how fat and freaking overfed and over everything we are, we generally let them get away with it because too many people are afraid of losing what they have. Like back in colonial days when what you had was, some chickens and maybe a cow or something, people are a lot more likely to go up in arms over anything, any slut. But now we are basically living in Brave New World. We have so much awesome stuff that people don't want to risk losing all the awesome stuff. That's just the way it is. It's just what it is. Also, a lot of people are afraid of dying.
Yeah.
So there's that too.
Where'd Hungar go?
I think he had to go do something with
Something
his
smelly?
stuff. Yeah. That would be my guess. But yeah. So that
What are you
scene,
working on?
I'm gluing arms on a female warrior. If and when America finally does become a totalitarian state, it will be because no one fought against it. That's what it'll be.
Yeah.
It'll happen slowly over time, and no one will fight
Boiled frogs,
against
man.
it.
Boiled frogs.
And then, boom, it'll be there. But at least in the future, somebody can look back and say, at least there was one nation on this earth where we tried.
Well, the issue is
Our
we're
immigration
stuck in a continuous loop.
Yeah, it's being done on purpose. I mean, there was a time when people like Alex Jones or Crowder, whoever, would talk about planned replacement.
They've been talking about it,
and they would be called like all these horrible names, racists and conspiracy theorists and shit. And now you go on TV, like on leftist channels even, and they admit that it is what they're doing,
We're stuck in a cycle
We're
where
stuck in a trap.
where hard times make strong men, and then strong men make easy times, and then easy times make weak men, and then the weak men make hard times. So it's just going in a big fucking circle.
Yeah, it always
Hard
does.
times make weak men. It's one of my favorite sayings. I must have typed that exact message 1,000 times this last year.
Because I love you too much, baby.
Do, 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 do.
That's right, the king.
Damn right. Screw those fine young cannibals.
What?
Fine young cannibals did it also.
Oh,
But
it's probably
no shit. Everybody does Elvis songs.
Elvis did it
probably
better.
pretty damn good, honestly. I mean,
It's not bad.
I know when UB40 did Red
The
Red
way you
Red
do the
Red,
things you do.
great.
Sorry I couldn't make it earlier.
Better than the original, I would say.
There.
Barry, you missed James running Justin off.
I know I got a message from Justin saying I should come help, but I was too busy watching ghost videos on my ghost channel. So
That's what he said.
now
He
I'm done.
he
He
wanted
said
to
you were
argue.
debunking ghosts or something.
Yep, always do.
Justin wanted to argue gun rights with Florida.
Yeah,
boys.
Justin is trying to argue Second Amendment gun rights in the state of Florida.
Okay, what was his argument?
That
they don't pan out the way we think they
that
do.
it wouldn't work out the way we said that it does.
Which we've seen it work out that way.
And we've seen it work out that way. So then he got pissed. Well, I think what really pissed him off is when I pointed out of all the ex-British colonies, we're the only ones that actually have guaranteed God-given rights, and no one else actually does, because all their rights are derived from the crown and can be changed at any time.
And when exactly did God show up at the Capitol building and grant you these rights? I must have missed that news alert.
In 1776.
Oh, really? So where did he sign on the Declaration of Independence exactly? Because when I've seen all those signatures, I keep missing Yahweh or the Tetragrammaton.
It's right under John. It's right under John Hancock. You can't sit.
John Hancock, it says
large.
God, but invisible ink. So Nicolas Cage will solve that one later,
It doesn't
right?
matter because the people in power said that's where our rights are derived from.
Oh, so the rights came from the people in power, just like the crown, sir.
The people said that's where it come from.
Okay, I just spent 35 minutes, 40 minutes watching ghost videos of people telling me that doors closing were ghosts. People
And
say a lot of stupid shit, James.
Irrevocable.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I'm not saying they won't be eventually. I already said the world will slide to a totalitarian system. We all know that. But at least we got our Bill of Rights and everything.
Yeah, which can be repealed at any point in time.
They
Can be
can be
suspended.
changed with
Only
what
at
is
the
it,
point of a
like
gun.
3/5 of a state of all the states, which will never happen. I don't think has ever happened.
It's okay, Nerds Nerd. We're alone on this one, Nerds Nerd. Just you and me. We'll fight. We'll fight the good fight, Nerds Nerd.
Government doesn't give me shit, Nerds Nerd, and it's a shame that as a Marine you would believe that too.
I don't know. Do your lights go on? Does the water run?
Yeah, I pay for that. It is not a gift.
It's still there.
And
still
also, it's
exists.
not from the government. It's a
Can you
private
drink the
entity.
water? Can you drink the water out of your tap?
Because of a private industry
I
called
can't.
OUC that I used to work for.
Yeah, which was granted that permission to run the water by the government.
Well, they
You've been
wanted
to enough.
it.
Hang on,
They
hang on,
wanted
James.
it.
Hang on, James. Hang on. You've been to enough shitholes around the world to know that people can't drink water out of a tap in most of the fucking world.
Well,
Can't drink it
maybe
out of
if they had a
California. It's nasty.
constitution and a
Yeah,
Bill of
okay,
Rights,
California is a septic shithole, and we all know that, Shadow.
right? The reason the rest of the
Trying to
world
be part of the
fucked is
conversation,
the
man.
people in the rest of the world. Because nations don't actually exist. They're just collections of human beings. So if you got a country where everything is horrible all the freaking time, it's not like you can blame dotted lines on a map. right? You got to blame the people inside of that dotted line and ask them what their problem is. I mean,
Okay.
what made Thomas Jefferson and George Washington and the rest of those guys so special?
They smoked a shit ton of weed.
Well, probably did. Yeah, I know Washington grew hemp, but that's not the point. I mean, compared to every other place on the earth throughout time, what made them special?
They were all Masonic. I don't know.
They were Masonic, which is not a good thing. I don't like Masons.
And yet here you are living in the nation they created for your benefit.
That's a fact. But I didn't
know where you're
I was born. And if I was 30 years younger, I would migrate to one of the Christian villages they're building in Russia. Probably fight the war too, honestly.
If I was out there, I'd move to the Philippines.
I mean,
Have a whole slew of brown kids.
I know you would. So yeah, you're barking up the wrong.
From what I hear, Hungar, you'd be splitting those little Pinay wide open.
Oh,
at least that's what your brother told
no,
us.
I'm sure they could handle it.
Oh, geez.
See, the problem is, and this is a problem, especially with younger people, is they literally worship the government like it's their dad, instead of understanding that it's your arch nemesis.
I see now why Justin wanted my help and asked me to come in here. You guys are in one of those moods tonight.
Exactly. That's why we don't fight
Mood.
against the government.
That's
We
a
have it too good.
24/7 kind of thing.
I'm not in any kind
I'll
of mood.
never be, even though I'm a veteran, I'll never be pro-government. Anything bigger than like local government. The federal government's a joke. All they do is send idiots from Appalachia and the hood somewhere to get killed. You know, I mean, we live in a nation where the person who's supposed to be in charge of health is a fat, mentally ill man. So yeah,
That sounds like a good. That sounds like a good dinner there, squirrel.
Sausage gravy and biscuits, hash, and fried potatoes for supper tonight. That is amazing sounding, Squirrel Hermit.
I'm having a Lunchable for dinner.
Oh, dude, I just saw an article
It's
about
not
that.
even food.
Lunchables have like high levels of cadmium and lead in them.
Yeah, they're
Cool.
bad for you.
They're really bad for you. Like
Like
they're toxic.
lead makes you stupid though, so it kind of makes sense that there would be a bunch of that in child food.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know what? Jackie eats those damn things all the damn time, and it clearly has not had any effect.
Yeah, well, it takes time, but it'll
takes
show.
time.
Well, I had a big ass sirloin and eggs and sausage for lunch.
I mean, the fact is, the government wants everyone to be stupid. That's what they want. They want you to be dumb.
Yeah.
And they do everything to make you as dumb as they possibly can. Right. So sneaking lead and all this other kind of shit into the food actually makes perfect sense. You know, I mean, Brave New World, remember that who were they? The Gammas or the Epsilons? They were all mentally retarded. And they made up the vast majority of the population. They were just about smart enough to hit a button on an elevator.
You guys read Harrison Bergeron?
Huh?
Have you read Harrison Bergeron?
No, I'm talking about Brave New World.
And I'm asking you, have you read the short story by Kurt Vonnegut, Harrison Bergeron?
No.
Right. Let me say it in American. Harrison Bergeron.
Oh, Bergeron. I've heard of it. Never read it. No.
So the entire premise is that society will no longer allow exceptionalism. So people who are exceptional have to be handicapped in some way or another to not make the other rest of society feel bad. So like fast runners have to wear weights on their feet, things like that. And it's really where we are right now.
Well, that's because you always have these people who are looking for equality in outcome instead of equality of opportunity. And equality of outcome, which is just Marxism by a prettier name, is where everyone is equally stupid and poor. You know,
the first time I watched Idiocracy, I laughed my ass off, but it also scared the shit out of me at the same time.
It's pretty much
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
It's like it's like everyone's always worried about equality of outcome until it comes to like sports teams or anything like that. And then no one gives a shit. Right? Like, I'm never going to play forward for the Celtics. And why is that? Shouldn't I be allowed to? I mean, why am I denied that job? Because I'm not 6'7"? I mean, that's not my fault.
Because you're not good at basketball?
That is your
Well,
fault.
that's another issue, but that shouldn't be a problem. I mean, we're affirmative hiring everyone to do all this shit they're not qualified for right now. So why can't I be hired to play power forward for the freaking Celtics?
Yeah, I should be quarterback for Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Seriously. I mean, if you're going to hire a 90-pound person who can't even pull a ladder off the back of a fire truck to be a firefighter, then why not let a short, chubby dude in his 50s be your quarterback?
Sounds good, Squirrel.
That just makes sense.
So what's the topic tonight? Is it just random sort of rambling about society, or was there a topic tonight, Hungar?
I had nothing to talk about. I wasn't going to stream until you messaged me and then ignored me for a half hour.
Because I was streaming. You don't ask. You just go and then go and then blame me for having a fucking life.
I wasn't streaming either. He called me and was like, "Hey, I'm streaming. Get on."
Same here. He actually used the damn phone to get my attention because I wasn't online.
Same here.
I was literally live on my ghost channel doing a reaction video.
Okay, why don't ghosts exist?
Because you cannot prove their existence. Therefore, all right, look, it boils down to this. My grandfather was a very, very smart fucking man, and he made me understand one simple thing in life. He said, when you read someone's opinion, find the contra, read that, and between the two opinions, you will form your own. So, wanting to believe in ghosts, I read everything I could about ghosts, and then I read everything about debunking ghosts. And what was really interesting was the people who were debunking ghosts were using science and using factual, measurable, empirical things to destroy the narrative of people who were telling me, oh, no, I had a feeling, or my grandmother or my friend saw. There was never any proof, right? Conversely, for UFOs, everything I read about UFOs, all the people who had seen the UFOs around were saying, well, this is what I saw, this is what it looked like, this is what was going on. And the people debunking them were going, well, they're all crazy, or they mistook Venus, or it was swamp gas. And they were just diminishing the people as opposed to trying to address the issue. So I believe in UFOs. I think ghosts are for shit. That said, I still tuck the blankets under my feet at night because I just don't want to be there that night. The hand grabs me. You know what I'm saying? Just saying.
And you got to admit, there is some weird shit going on in Appalachia.
Yes,
well,
but I don't think it's ghosts.
Real or not.
And parts of Canada.
On it. I have not really studied into it.
Isn't there a place in Canada where people who go there just die?
No,
you're thinking about the Valley of Headless Men.
The headless place.
Yeah.
That's a different story. There's a lot of arguments about it, and some people have tried to debunk it and saying it's claim jumpers.
It could be
Indians because there was a tribe of pretty savage Indians in that area, Native North Americans, First Nations. Some people say it could be a surviving tribe of Neanderthals that were isolated and just kept going over the centuries and centuries and centuries, millennia, really, inbreeding. Who knows? You know. But the thing is
tomahawk, right?
They found a tremendous amount of people have gone to that one valley looking for gold and wound up, they find their bodies with their heads removed.
Well, it's like the Bermuda Triangle. If you really look at it statistically,
it's nothing.
Not that many more things go missing there than any other triangle on the planet.
Actually, not that many. Period. Not that many more. Not that many. It's a normal amount of disappearances for
but it just
seafaring.
Seems like more.
Yeah. Well, it's a high traffic area. That's the thing.
Yeah, when I asked you why you didn't believe in ghosts, I wasn't trying to catch you in a trap because
no, I know. I'm aware.
I'm not 100% sure either way. I haven't read a bunch of papers about it. I've seen some weird ass shit, but that don't mean I know what it was.
Look, I've been to seances, I've been to Ouija boards, I've been to tarot, I've been to all that fun stuff. Never seen a goddamn ghost in my life.
All I want to say about the subject is there's a lot of shit out there that I don't know about, a lot of strange shit that I can't explain. And I'm just going to do what I do and let that shit sort itself out on its own.
Well, at the end of the day, it's all faith-based, anyway. Like, I can say there's no aliens, but I'm basing that on the limited information I have and taking it on faith that I might be right. or the people I read might be right.
I'm saying about aliens.
How do you prove that there's no aliens a billion light years across the, in another galaxy? There could be.
If there's aliens, when they fly by Earth, we're the place where they lock their doors while they're flying by.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we're getting near the saw system. Quick, everybody's locking doors.
Yeah, it's like when we drive through certain areas of certain towns, we lock our doors. That's why Earth is the aliens.
Well, I mean, now
they don't want to be taken to India. Could you imagine how fucked up it would be if like aliens landed in America or Canada and said, "Take us to your leader," and we took them either to fucking Trudeau or Biden?
Trudeau would be better though, because Trudeau, whether you like him or not, can at least string together sentences. He's relatively charming.
Yeah,
Biden
but
looks like a corpse.
I don't want to be lied to.
No, you're saying no.
Anymore.
Well, last
Trudeau,
time I saw
see,
Trudeau,
here's
I
why
thought,
you guys think
guy's a
Trudeau.
charming
That's
guy.
why you guys think he's charming, because you see him give speeches that are written out in advance for him at foreign events. If you were to watch parliamentary sessions where people ask him sharp questions, he has this tell, which is he stutters and he sort of falls all over himself trying to speak, and that's usually when he's choking on his own bullshit. Okay, you guys think he's charming. We get to see him wrong.
No,
Dude,
he's
compared
only is he
to
not
what
charming,
we have, he is practically freaking.
I think Trump is charming.
So do I. But we got Biden in there who can't put us.
Trump is not really charming. He's just really masculine.
Biden is great to watch because you never know what he's going to say. He's hilarious.
Charming humor.
Okay,
and
we were doing really well on ghosts and UFOs, but now we're getting off onto politics again.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I was just saying, I've seen some weird shit and thought, damn, that's weird, but I've never like researched into it, so I don't know. I mean, I
never got to explain it.
I can
explain. There are some things that I believe, but that don't mean that they're necessarily facts. It's just shit I believe.
Yeah, I'm not an expert on anything except for chaos.
I don't think ghosts. I mean, if the faith that I believe in is true, then why would there ever be ghosts?
Thank you. That's my answer.
Like everyone would go.
If the faith of what you believe in the immortal soul, then there would be ghosts.
No,
Not
because
if
I
they go
believe
where they're
God
supposed
would
to
never
go.
allow them to come back.
But purgatory exists. They don't get to go to God till Judgment Day.
Purgatory
I
don't
don't
exist.
know
That
that
was
that's
a myth
a
the
fact.
Irish made up in like a couple hundred centuries ago.
Don't fucking put purgatory on the Irish, you son of a bitch.
Look it up.
I'm not
Irish
looking it up.
monks trying to figure out where unbaptized babies go.
Okay,
Because
so
there had
that's
to be
wrong.
an option because they were hardcore teaching that unbaptized people couldn't go to heaven.
Okay, here's a simple question then for you. Simple question.
Yeah.
Are there ghosts in the Bible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tend to view them as unclean spirits,
The
technically.
Whatever you
Father,
wanna
the
call
Son,
them.
and the Holy Ghost.
Whatever you want to call them.
No, that's
whatever you
not
like.
a ghost.
He's
No, but
the
there are
Holy
other
Ghost.
spirits. There are
Not a
demons.
What
there
is
are
the
all
Holy
kinds of
Ghost if
things.
he's not a
One at a
ghost?
time, guys.
No.
Demons
His name
now
is, his
absolutely
literal name
exist.
is the Holy Ghost.
I
Actually,
mean,
it's the
we
Holy
can
Spirit.
argue whether you want to believe in the exorcists or not, but there's a shit ton of evidence of people who are suffering from something that we
usually
can't explain.
schizophrenia.
Well,
Usually
okay,
acute schizophrenia.
that's the problem, though. And that's a major problem because some people are suffering from mental illnesses. But then other people, it's something else.
Amen, squirrel.
Squirrel, only spectacle I claim. But no, we're talking about like haunted house bed sheets with holes cut in the eyes ghosts, right? And I'm trying to think about that. I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, my memory's not great for every single part of the Bible. And also, a ghost would be totally different than a spirit sent down by God from heaven to deliver a message. We're talking two totally different things here.
Good point, RPGXL. Ghosts must exist because Charles Dickens wrote a story. I agree.
Well, that was a good story, though. And
the
the
Three
one with George C. Scott is probably my favorite.
The best thing George C. Scott was ever in was Patton.
Well, of course, Patton's great, but Christmas Carol is awesome.
Yeah, Christmas Carol is
It
awesome.
don't matter who you are. That's just a good story. That's why it's a classic. It's a good story, no matter who you are. Whether you believe anything. You could be a 100% atheist and read a Christmas Carol and be like, that's a good story. That's interesting. You know, it starts out scary. You know, like the first line is like, the first thing you have to remember is Marley was dead, you know, or some shit like that. And it's like, wait, what?
You know, there's a lot of shit out there that I've seen, experienced, heard about that I just can't explain.
Well, yes, a 40-year-old boy.
People eat
A lot of
hot
people have
dogs.
died of exorcism because there are priests who have made horrible mistakes. But I mean, that's par for the course. Let's be
Just
honest.
ask the Catholics.
I mean, that's just what that's just what happens. I mean, you know,
Shit.
poor Shadow got caught up in that one. I
Is that a
mean,
ghost shadow?
No,
But-
no,
Was that the
I'm
ghost of
building
civil liberties in your state?
no. I'm building a miniature, and it doesn't make sense.
I would say
Not
that
why
if
I'm
you
building it,
think it's a
How it goes
ghost,
together.
it's probably a demon.
No, it's not a demon.
It's probably a demon.
It's a
Wait,
tumor.
you believe in ghost shadow, but you don't believe in demons?
I don't believe in ghosts.
Oh, okay.
Or demons?
I do believe in demons.
Hey,
So
Coco, what's up, buddy?
I believe more in the fact that there are demons fucking with us on a regular basis than just about anything else.
Then why are you disagreeing with me? Because you just agreed with me.
What did I agree with?
You said no, it's not a demon.
And then
Oh,
you
no,
said,
no.
I believe there's demons effing with us, pretty much.
No. Okay.
That's
See,
not
this
a
little-
demon, was what you were saying.
Oh,
It's this
no, dude. Okay. I was saying if you think it's a ghost, it's probably a demon.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's why they say, like, so often when you hit the Ouija board, it goes to Zozo or Zopho or whatever.
I thought that was on one of the.
When
One
I
of the
played with
symbols
a
for one
Ouija
of the
board,
guys
it wasn't a
Led Zeppelin,
taco.
but yeah.
So first of all, Ouija boards are shit and lies and nonsense. And
I hope you're right, because
They've
they
been
scared the
thoroughly-
shit out of me.
So what they did was they did a test, and they hooked up those little electric sensors to people's arms while they played with the Ouija board, and they discovered something interesting. Subconscious muscle movements were happening. It's not that people are doing it on purpose; they're not aware they're doing it, but their muscles are doing what their minds.
But
That's
couldn't demons be
Barrier.
making those unconscious movements?
Okay, it's the demons. Never mind, I was wrong. Science sucks. Demons are everywhere.
No, it
You guys
can't
should
be.
look,
There's
You
no
want to get into something?
contradiction.
Hang on.
Just
You
a
want to get into
question.
something? Figure out that the CERN's logo is 3 6s. Go.
Is it?
Say what?
Look it up. Google that shit up. It's 3 6s.
Dude, that's scary. Why would you do that?
And on their introductory plaque at the front, on the very last plaque, it has a thing talking about the dark side. of the
Can you
universe.
buy it at Target,
Dark Vader.
nerds? I know you used to be able to buy it in stores, but I haven't seen.
Parker Brothers makes
I've
one.
been at Target forever.
If you really
Or
made a
something ever.
device
But,
that could talk to the dead, why the fuck would it be sold for $7.99 in the toy aisle of a Target? I can
Yep.
explain that, nerd, because you're not talking to the dead. And the people putting it out want it as highly distributed as possible. Because possession requires at least 5 steps, 5 yeses. And a big one is when you start effing around with Ouija boards thinking you're talking to your dead grandma, but you ain't. Now, next,
Would you take the
you might
official
want to ask
stance
me
that,
to deliver all of, I
there
can
are
tell
no
you each level
demons?
possession too.
There are no ghosts. The supernatural is a pile of horse shit. And we all need to stop rolling our lives believing this
You
garbage.
can't say the supernatural's horse shit because,
just said it.
again,
I just
as
said
a
I heard him.
scientist, as
I
a
said it
scientist,
clearly.
Listen,
I think that's not what
as
he
a
means.
scientific person, you know that if you're going to deny something or say something exists, there has to be evidence.
Burden of proof's not on me.
The burden of proof
Burden-
is on you because I just
Burden of
put it
proof is
on
on the people who tell me it's real.
you.
Because
Okay,
I can
I'll put it back on
provide
you.
endless
Because
amounts
I
of science.
feel like people with an agenda are the ones who came up with that idea of the burden of proof.
Okay. Well, there we go. Science is evil, created by the devil.
No, science was actually created by religious people. You know, atheists seem to forget that.
I'm not an atheist, first of all.
I didn't call you one.
Better not have.
I didn't. I don't know.
Atheists
Who
are
you are. You could be
assholes.
a Buddhist for all I know. Shit, I don't know. I never asked, and I never will because it's not my business.
Very good.
What
I'll
you
ask.
believe, you know.
All right,
What
what
do
do
you
you want
consider
to ask?
yourself, Bear? What do you consider yourself?
Agnostic
Agnostic?
theist.
Because I've heard you say some things
Replace the dead with other
more
dimensional
on
being.
the-
Yes, yes.
So-
They're
believing side.
So
That's
I'm an
what I'm
agnostic theist. I believe there is a divine power in the universe. I do not believe any religion has the right answer. I believe all religions have one piece of the puzzle. And because they have one accurate piece of the puzzle, they now believe the rest of their shit must be equally accurate. But if we could get all of them together and sort through the puzzle pieces and find the right ones, we would have the answers and we would ascend to the next level of whatever we're supposed to be. But because we're stuck arguing over our individual pieces of the puzzle, we don't get to do that. We get to stay here, which is the living definition of hell on earth. Now, Catholics don't like when I say that. Orthodox don't like when I say that. Jews,
I'm not
surprisingly,
disagreeing with you. You have a right to say
surprisingly,
that.
Jewish
the
people
world can be
go-
very bad.
Jews
The world
tend to
can
go.
be very
It's a
bad.
fascinating
And
theory.
all
It
we
could be
can do
possible.
is try to get over it.
Get over what?
The world. And do the best we can.
We're not going to until we stop fucking having our heads firmly up our asses,
Well,
listening to
here's the
old men with
problem,
beards.
though, is a person's relationship in this way is highly personal.
Personal
It doesn't
relationship
matter
with
what
the
2
universe,
billion people believe. It matters what I believe and how I act.
and I disagree
far
because
as
I think 7 billion people create reality through the energy of their consciousness.
See,
Well,
I
that's
did
orc
mention-
shit right there. I don't want to get into that.
You think that's horseshit? You think the collective consciousness is horseshit? No,
No, I said orc.
orc. Oh, what the fuck? What do you mean orc shit?
Oh, you're not going to love it, but in 40K lore, orcs are
Oh,
all
fuck.
connected by this like psychic ability.
It's my
So the more they believe in something, the more real it is. And it's so hardcore that they believe that red vehicles go faster than any other kind of vehicle. And
Well,
they
so does
paint
the
their
insurance
vehicles red, and guess what?
It works.
They go faster. Because the orcs think they should.
I think that's just some Red Dwarf humor thrown in for fun.
Now, a human consciousness, I think maybe, yeah. There's a possibility we are all spiritually connected on some higher level that we don't even like understand. I mean, yeah, it's possible. And I don't think that goes against anything that is taught in the Bible.
I think it's absolutely taught in the Bible.
Because we're all image bearers of the Creator.
Well,
DMT, anyone? I've heard some crazy shit, but then again, I listen to Tool a lot, so you know,
Listen,
DMT monsters and all that shit, right? My Shadow, which was actually based on Carl Jung, but still, one of my favorite psychiatrists. Actually, my favorite psychiatrist. I've never been a friend of Freud because
well, Jung believed in the collective subconscious.
mine was Sidney Friedman.
You guys don't know how great this is for me, really. I
Why?
get you guys on the stream. I just sit back and listen to you argue with each other. And every once in a while, I throw in some shit to make the argument go even greater.
no, I agree with everything Bear
Now
just
that you
said
said that,
there.
Larry,
I'm pretty
please
sure
change how
Jung
we
did
react.
believe in archetypical
What are you doing there,
personalities
Hungar?
and like this connectivity between humanity.
Do you want to know what I really believe? Do you want to know what I really
if you
believe?
want to tell me, I would never
Like,
force
in
you.
my heart of hearts and in my soul, what I really believe. We are not from this planet. We are not of this world. We are panspermia, refugees, prisoners, deposited,
Stardust.
hybrids, whatever the fuck you want to think we are. We aren't from here, which is why we don't work well here. And we're always trying to fuck shit up here because it's not what we need it to be. I think we are a species with amnesia and we have forgotten our own origins and our own history. I think the clues are everywhere, but the people in power have made business and profit
Jesus
and
Christ.
power and security out of keeping us ignorant. So
Bear,
anytime we
welcome
find
to
answers, they shut us the
Christianity,
fuck up.
sir.
I was raised Christian, you
Basically what
moron.
most Christians believe. We're not from here. We just have to be here until this ends.
Hi.
Welcome to the
Go
Matrix.
somewhere else.
I don't believe we're in a matrix though. That one I'm just like,
Yeah,
No,
I hate when
Matrix
people
was-
use that
well,
term.
The problem with
It's
the Matrix is if you
It's stupid.
have to believe someone created the Matrix, And then that person wouldn't be good, because why would they create something? Yeah, it's like you believe in God, but with extra steps or something.
Yeah.
And
well,
take the divinity out of it and just turn it into some sort of, aliens.
We are the bioweapons sent to terraform this place. That's
I had a friend who said that Australia was the abandoned ancient alien bioweapon testing zone, and that's why there's so many toxic creatures.
that would
in that
explain.
continent. And why nothing crosses that line in Indonesia.
It's like if there's one continent where everyone should be like required to pack heat, you'd think it'd be Australia. They
No,
got
they're-
spiders over
I
there
cut that
bite
too there,
through and
Squirrel.
finish you and F you right up.
Hancock's interesting. I don't agree with everything Hancock says, but he is interesting.
I don't know who
He's
is.
done a legitimate amount of actual research, and the fact that he gets hammered, it's like this. How many of you guys out there? Let me ask you all a question. I bet you all answer pretty similarly. How many of you guys trust mainstream media?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Okay. Now, if mainstream
Fox
media
jellyfish.
says something, are you inclined to believe the opposite?
Not automatically. I'm inclined to think about real hard though, and try and find other sources, because I find that a lot of times the truth is in the middle of two different points.
Okay. But on
Because
all
you
the
can have
subjects,
two people lying to you, so you try to figure out where the lies end on both sides, maybe.
but on everything we've just actually discussed, their answers, the mainstream media's answers, is completely opposite of everything any one of us believes. As in, there is nothing to it. There's nothing there. Therefore, they have to be wrong.
Is that what you
With
think? Anything the mainstream media tells you is immediately the opposite must be true?
Kind of.
Have you not paid attention to the Black Madonna syndrome?
Which
Hide
is
the truth right in front of you. Tell you the truth, but then throw enough lies into it that it can be debunked as the truth, and therefore protect yourself. So put it right in front of you.
to some
Don't
extent,
hide
yeah.
it.
I can see how.
I'm more
However-
interested in the box jellyfish, a creature with eyeballs but no brain that can straight up take you off the senses in no time. It's like, how can it have eyeballs and no brain? That makes no sense.
Maybe its brain is the eyeballs.
I guess. I don't know. But I know if it gets you, you're got. I mean,
Do you think
by
that
the
all
time they
people?
figure out you got, you're already done.
Here's the question:
Early
Do you
gates.
think all people
early gates
see colors the same as everybody else? Like, is
Disputed
red?
No way to
nervous
know.
system.
There's
Okay.
no way to know.
Exactly.
can't know.
Is red for me the same as red for James or Bear or Shadow?
Look, here's the simplest answer to that question. Try and describe the color blue to a blind person who's never seen color. Good luck.
Exactly.
You can't.
I would say to the blind person, imagine something cool.
They don't know what that means, though. Is it
Like,
color
no,
reference?
cool to the touch.
But we don't. That's the thing. We don't feel blue. We see blue because of our association.
When I
with the
see
color.
blue, I think cool.
Because of your association with the colors.
It's a cool color, like you have warm colors and you have cold colors, you know what I mean? And art. And a lot of shades of blue are considered cold colors.
By people who can see.
Well, by people who do art, obviously.
Yes, but they do that based on a visual point of reference.
I think it's how it makes you feel. Like if you watch Bob Ross paint in Alaska and he's using a lot of blues and whites and stuff, and you kind of just know it would be cold as shit there. Even if you lived in
I officially hold the towel. I am no longer arguing anything. Good luck.
Because I brought in Bob Ross?
No, because you just have this way of arguing. It's like everything has an answer, and you will not listen to the contrapoint, and you just steamroll over the other person with your "I'm right, I know what I'm
Every
thinking."
one of your answers.
And I'm telling you why you're wrong, because it is clear that the psychological association between visual color and the color blue is why you think him painting Alaska makes you think it's cold, because you have visual cues that your brain is interpreting for you. A
I
blind person
didn't
who's never seen
disagree
color
with
doesn't
you,
have that.
Bear.
But
You're the one getting freaky. I never disagreed with you. What I said is, if you think about is, I would tell him to think of something that feels cold.
But that's not going to describe the color blue.
But that's the best I can do.
Which is why the point is you can't describe the color blue.
But I would try,
Yeah, well, there's
and
that.
maybe I would fail. I was just telling you what I, as a human being, myself, James, would do. And I can only speak for me, man. Calm down. Now,
They-
disputed nervous system, that's interesting.
Well, what I think about with colors is, that's why everybody usually never has the same favorite color, because we see colors differently. So one color could be more vibrant to me than it would be to somebody else.
Russians see white differently than Americans do. That's proven.
I know there's a Chinese kid that can see perfectly at night but can't go out in the daytime.
There are tons and tons of things about color that have proven over the years that everyone sees color differently.
The movie Mask. That
I'm
was
just
a pretty
saying
good
eyesight
movie.
in
Wasn't that the
general.
one where the guy had all the bony growths and he eventually died? I like that.
That was the Elephant Man.
No, there was a movie about a red-haired guy and he had that same kind of syndrome thing.
Oh,
The Mask,
was it?
Yeah, I think it was Mask.
Yeah, with
And-
Cher and
Cher
Cage.
had
Nicolas Cage.
no that redhead guy who Eric
Eric
Stoltz.
Stoltz.
Eric
And
Stoltz.
then Squirrel says, by no means am I an expert, but I did go to college for art. So then that just means that you know that some colors are considered warm and some colors are considered cool. Color only exists as a hallucination in our consciousness. It's only wavelengths in reality.
Thank you, Nerd.
Possible, since it's
Light.
just light reflecting off of a thing, and then our brain
I'm
interpreting that.
I now understand why Justin fled, by the way. I'm just so we're clear on that. I now understand that point he got to where he just went, fuck this shit, and left. I get it.
No, he was arguing stupid shit that had nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, I also heard you two were waving your guns around. No, come on.
No, he
I
showed
got
us
it right here by the desk. I carried it everywhere. I
He
know
showed
that.
us pistol, and I wanted to show mine because they're
And
exactly
he
the
kept
same.
saying, but a guy with a knife would get you. And I was like, no. But if you had a knife, no.
DMT. Yeah, let's have some
But a knife,
DMT.
no.
I would be very interested to know what a blind person experiences taking DMT. That
Oh
would
my
be
God.
Can't you just close your eyes?
No.
No.
No. You still got a reference when you close.
I know that's how you treat the
Oh,
political system
oh,
in your
it's like
state.
for
You just,
birth.
I just close my eyes, it'll all get better, and I won't notice that they're screwing up California.
And it's been proven that blind people is completely different
You
than
meant
closing
for
your
birth.
eyes, because blind people don't even see dark.
I didn't know that. That's kind of
It's, they prove that blind people see nothing. It's not dark. It's not light. They just have no concept of any sight because they're
Well,
freaking
that's
blind.
not fair. Half our freaking blind jokes go out the freaking window then.
I don't know, though. I think we're getting a little bit overboard with this shit. Obviously, color exists because a billion trillion people throughout time see it.
I had my kids convinced that the world used to be black and white.
Things.
No, I had James's kids convinced that the world was black and white until colored pictures were invented. I
That
had
was
my kids convinced that too. It was great. I'm a great.
That was mean of
father.
you. Yes, we can't see in ultra red and infrared and ultraviolet and whatever, unless you're a dwarf or an elf.
Visible
Yeah,
light
Bleeker, you don't have
really narrow
a sense of
spectrum
smell.
reality.
Bleeker's gone smell blind.
I don't have a sense of smell, but I can imagine what smells are based on tastes. Yeah, well, most of your sense of smell is taste.
Mm-hmm. So visible light is a very narrow spectrum, okay, like this, of the entire spectrum.
Okay, I mean,
Visible light is an extremely narrow.
you guys are going to keep playing games, and I'm just going to full on Cthulhu on your ass.
Well, think about this. What exists outside of the spectrum of visible light that we cannot see?
Ill-like creatures that are constantly just kind of swimming around.
Could
And
be.
if you
From
like
beyond. Yep.
stimulate your pituitary gland too much, you'll be able to see them, and then they might be able
Pineal
to
gland.
attack you and
The
shit.
pineal, yeah. So basically, we're talking about From Beyond. Have you been watching
Yeah.
From Beyond?
I'm thinking you guys are talking
What I just
about an
said.
acid
That's
trip.
what I just said.
Right? The guy hits the machine, and now all of a sudden, all those invisible spectrums are visible.
There is only one reason to watch from beyond. And I think we all know what it is. And
Yes,
it's
the
called
bondage
Barbara
gear.
You guys are talking about my last trip when I did that blotter. That's what you're talking about. Seeing
Bondage
shit that you
gear.
can't see
It's
normally.
funny too because Bear says he thinks we come from another planet.
I do.
Lovecraft speculated that the great old ones, or whichever the ones that look like pineapples with wings were, accidentally unleashed us when they were making the Shoggoths. Like we weren't, like, all of everything on Earth was an accident by these creatures that came from an entirely different planet. And then they got kind of driven, they got into a war with the Cthulhu spawn, and then they decided to divide the Earth up. And at that time, the great old ones, or whatever, the elder things, kept Antarctica, but at that time, Antarctica was a temperate rainforest. Because we're talking, like a billion years ago or something.
Talk about the Younger Dryas now?
That's a Lovecraft theory. It matches what you said.
We can talk about the Younger Dryas now.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what the Younger
Shadows
Dryas
from Babylon were basically like evil creatures that traveled
So
around.
Hungar, roughly 12,000 or so years ago, the Younger Dryas occurred. And there's a lot of debate as to what it was, but it did clearly occur. And it was a very, very insane moment on the planet for people. A lot of people believe it was a pole shift, and that basically our North Pole and our South Pole currently were at the equators, and then they shifted position, and that's when Antarctica froze over and all this kind of stuff. It's also the time of the flood, because that's when the global flood would have happened based on the sedimentary evidence that we can see. It would have been around the time of the Younger Dryas. A lot of people believe that it was an electromagnetic event that caused a pole shift and a number of other things to happen, and it was pretty scary. Now, there are old cave drawings you can find of the beings that they may have seen in the sky that were the gods coming to fight, and the neat thing is that they can reproduce that shape using electromagnetism as a thing. You see it, and it looks like the man with the head and the two legs and all this shit. So imagine you're a fucking primitive stone, Bronze Age at best, and suddenly the rain, lightning, winds, tidal waves, and then there's giant glowing men fighting with lightning in the sky, right?
Brown trousers time.
It's gonna fuck you up. You know what I mean? It's gonna fuck you up hard. That's when they went into the caves, they believe, and it's a pretty insane thing. The Younger Dryas theory is pretty crazy shit. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, I need to look into that more. I've seen a little bit about it, but not really delved into it.
It's neat. I mean, and think about it. That's around the time they covered up Göbekli Tepe, right? So think about that. At the same time that this supposed apocalypse is happening, they're burying their holy
temple.
They're burying it, and there's another one they found in Turkey that's even bigger than Göbekli Tepe.
Right.
So it's like,
I'm a little suspicious of exactly when the burying took place. We you know what I mean? That's a little harder to determine unless you find artifacts from a different period.
No, they have this thing called carbon dating that they've been doing, where they can carbon date the organic material found at the site that tells them how long ago it was buried. They're really good at knowing when soil was based on the bacteria
within a range. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can actually get pretty close.
But if it was there in the time of Alexander of Macedonia, he probably would have wrote about it. So we can at least say it was before Alexander the Great, because I mean he was all over Turkey. He probably would have noticed a giant ass temple. You know what I mean? But he never said anything about it. No one ever wrote about it, and he pretty much documented stuff pretty well.
They are finding a lot of shit in Turkey.
Mm-hmm. Interesting how Anatolia is turning out to be the cradle of humanity.
Yeah, they're saying that they're debunking the fact that the first human skeleton or whatever was found in Africa.
So the out of Africa theory has not so much been debunked as that it's been expanded on. That what they believe now is that multiple different hominids evolved in multiple parts of the earth and then eventually all migrated into confrontation and clash with each other. But so there were Africans, there were Eastern Far Easterns. There would have been something in the north that would have given us our Denisovians, things like that. That's where the theory is going now.
At some point on Earth, there might have been who knows how many hominids running around.
Tons of them.
whacking each other with spears and sharp
Before my
rocks.
time.
But the Neanderthals turned out to be the best at killing, and the sapiens, the Homo sapiens, turned out to be the best at thinking and using tools
And
against the
thinking
Neanderthals.
outranks brute strength.
Well, and also the stupidity of the Neanderthal was that they kept raping Homo sapien women, so they eventually bred themselves out of existence through their children.
Yeah.
Probably didn't help that they cannibalized each other either.
Probably not a good thing, yeah.
Yeah. So you're basically breeding yourself out of existence while eating each other.
That's what being alive when there's actual freaking monsters in existence would be like. You're a Homo sapien, you're just like chilling out, and then you see this giant ass freaking Neanderthal coming at you, getting ready to eat you and steal your women. That's
But like Nurser just pointed out, running and throwing were OP skills. In the Paleolithic game, if you unlocked running and throwing, you were like, well, I'm on God mode now.
yeah.
I'm gonna fuck everything.
I got the cheat. I got the cheat.
Let's go chase down some fucking mammoths. And
Thing
hey, by the
is-
way, these wolves run real fast. Let's train them to run with us after the mammoth. Like, what the
You
fuck?
figure Neanderthal were badasses, but they weren't the only badasses that hominids had to deal with in Ice Age Europe. I mean, woolly rhinos and mammoths and saber-toothed cats and
potentially giant 12-foot tall Denisovians.
yeah, I mean,
Giant sloths.
it would be like the worst kind of environment you can imagine. Like,
Can you imagine running into
edible
a fucking
vegetation would be-
Smilodon?
huh?
Can you imagine running into a fucking Smilodon?
No, I
Saber-toothed
can't. It would
tiger?
be terrifying.
Jesus Christ, brown pants time, as Hungar likes to say, you know?
You would probably be dead before you even knew it was there. That's the only good thing. By the time it pounced you, you'd probably just be dead, and then you could just drift
How
on.
tall were those fucking things? They were like, what, 8 feet at the shoulder or something?
And then, what else did you have in that time period? You had your dire wolves,
Your giant,
Hey,
sloths who may or
giant
may
land
not-
sloths. Yeah.
But you had those otarks, those giant fucking cattle.
And,
Oh,
and
yeah.
all the insects were
giant-
10
the
times
giant
larger.
cattle looking.
No,
Yeah.
by that point, the insects weren't that big. The pressure of the earth had changed enough by that point. Until the poles
you're
freeze,
talking like an entirely
yeah,
different.
you're back in like
Or-
the not the Cretaceous.
Right.
But I can't remember, you're millions of years back.
Yeah,
at
but
this
could you imagine a giant
It
ant?
all
Well, think
That's
about this.
giant
Never mind
insects.
giant ants, dude. There were dragonflies. They found the fossils of them that were insanely big.
yeah, over a meter wingspan.
Like, think about that, motherfucker. A dragonfly that big.
Yeah, 3.5-foot wingspan. But they lived in a time where the oxygen content of the earth was in the 20s instead of
Yeah,
around
super
19 or
rich.
whatever it is now, because they don't got lungs.
And the air
Without
pressure
lungs,
was
they need ample oxygen to grow.
and the air
That's why
pressure was
insects
lower.
got smaller. As the oxygen levels dropped, the insects had to get smaller.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
and it's
it's
also air pressure. Air pressure was a
great
big
conversation,
thing
but I've got to say adios for a while. I'll be doing my show in an hour and a half, but the boys are about
what's
to
your
be
show
home.
about tonight?
It's just a paint and chill stream, no topic. Saturday's the topic show. I don't know what the topic is for Saturday, but I'm working on something. So
Well, I'm going to use this as my opportunity to bounce as well because I'm still super sick and I have been for about
Oh,
3 days now.
hope you
I'm
feel
gonna
better, man.
bounce out.
You know,
Me too.
this is a great time to end the stream because I was getting ready to take a nap before you messaged me.
Yep,
all right,
perspiring.
I'll see
another
everybody
great
else
example.
later tonight, tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, so yeah, I'll see you guys then, or see you on my show. I'll pass out the links to everybody as usual.
Thanks
Yeah,
everybody for stopping in and listening to their bullshit for a little while.
Listen to old
Peace,
men
love,
sit
and
around the
chicken
kitchen
grease.
table and talk shit.
That's right.
Country style. All right. Good night, boys.
Later, Barry. Brother, avenge me.
I will. On the world.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
Take a nap. You look tired.
I am, but I'm not taking a nap.
I'm tired and I am taking a nap.
I don't blame you.
Peace, love, and chicken grease, everybody.